music outside.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. How's everybody doing? This is really something. This is starting to feel like old times. It's quite a thrill. It's nice to see the masks coming off. A lot of people are telling me to keep the mask on. I'm not sure what that's about. Feels kind of weird. I feel insulted. Yeah, I'm still hearing that music out there. Is there a way to stop that? I mean, it's nice, but... Oh, there you go. Okay. It would just be hard to play and hear that, too. But anyway, we're so happy to play for you, and I know it's hot outside, but we appreciate you coming out. Our trumpet player's from Arizona, and even he's complaining, so you know it's hot. But this is the George Colligan Organ Quartet, and this is kind of a Hammond B3 organ. It's what they call a clone wheel. If you've seen a real Hammond B3 organ, you know it's much bigger, and there's a Leslie, and there's a whole kind of thing. And I'm too old to carry stuff like that, so I just kind of deal with this. In fact, I guess at 51, Noah, our trumpet player, he helped me with my gear as if to say, you couldn't possibly carry it yourself because you're so old. It's like the musician's equivalent of helping an elderly woman across the street. He's just like, I have to do this or something bad will happen. So, I'm mostly known as a pianist, but my first real tour of Europe was actually playing Hammond B3 with Gary Thomas and Terry Lynn Carrington and Paul Ballenbach. You know Paul Ballenbach? Great guitar player, just killing. So that was a long time ago. But I just thought I would try it again. And so we have some wonderful young players to play for you this evening. On the drums from Portland, or Bethany, Portland. He's from the hard streets of Portland, Oregon. Please welcome Andres Moreno on the drums. And from Cave Creek, Arizona, which is a wonderful, wonderful place. And I just never get to, it just always sounds funny to me. But please welcome Noah Simpson on the trumpet. Where are you from? San Mateo, California. And from San Mateo, California, which I'm sure is beautiful. Is it? I'm just checking. Wonderful guitar player. We've been doing a couple things lately, and he's really sounding wonderful these days. So give it up for Jack Radsliff on guitar. And we have some original music for you. We have some kind of more standard types of things. So are you all jazz fans? Okay, I believe you. I believe most of you. Nothing from him, so it's like, I'm just here because the pizza. The pizza is a good reason to come. When my kids come and see me, when they come here, they don't come to see me. They just come here to get pizza and ice cream, and they leave immediately. They are not interested. So, happy Father's Day to the fathers. I get a lot of Happy Father's Day from my friends that don't have kids, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Because they just don't know the pain. I just had this funny thought today that for me, like, being a father is a lot. I know this is a very obscure reference, but some of you may have seen the movie called Das Boot from 1981. It's a 4-hour movie about the crew of a U-boat in Germany, where they start like fresh-faced, they're going to fight for their country, and then they just end like completely wrecked from being on the submarine. And that's often how I feel. Like when you guys see me at 6 o'clock, that's what I feel like. It's just like I've been on a U-boat for 2 years. So, happy Father's Day to me. Let's start with, this is called Thing One. It's taken from literature. Some of you may know it. Thank you. How's the sound? Sound is good? Okay. How do I sound? I'm just kidding. Just trying to find out. We're going to continue now. This is a newer song called Familiar Terrain. It deals with the fact that as a composer, it's so pretentious, right? As a composer, you know, I feel like I'm just writing the same song over and over. So this is called Familiar Terrain. Thank you so much. How about it for Andres Moreno on the drums? Rainy. Oh, and we want to thank, of course, Left Door Streaming. We want to thank the 1905, of course, and we love playing here. We're so happy that they were able to survive the unpleasantness and stay open. And it's been great for a lot of musicians to be able to live stream. And now this is really more normal. But also we want to thank Left Door Streaming for doing all that they do. And so this is also going out to the world via Facebook and YouTube and all that stuff. So sometimes people will make comments as we play. Are there any cool comments?
I've got a few questions and a few requests.
Questions?
Yeah.
We don't have time for Q&A. That's after.
Francesca Miano just wants to know if you guys are going to play any show tunes or any contrafacts.
Say that again.
Any show tunes or contrafacts?
Show tunes or contrafacts?
Is that cha-cha?
Francesca Miano.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Francesca always, she's my one fan in Queens, New York. Well, yes, we are going to play a couple contrafacts. So for those of you who are jazz curious, a contrafact is a new melody written over existing chords. Not to get too technical. I mean, I do have a college degree, but in music, as we all do, right? Oh, no, we don't. Some of us don't. Boo. No, just kidding. So that's, and a lot of the great jazz figures like Charlie Parker, Thelonious Monk, Duke Ellington, and so on and so forth, wrote contrafacts. They wrote different melodies over changes to, sort of further their linear melodic concept. Also, so they didn't have to pay royalties, because you only pay royalties on the melody, not on the chords. So you can steal chords as much as you want. But we do have a couple of those, and Francesca's always very good at guessing. We're not going to do one now. I'm not going to alter my plan, but we will play a couple. Any other questions?
No questions.
How about just you guys sound great?
Yeah,
Where is that?
Eddie Montego says, or Montejo, I'm not sure, this rips. Great stuff, George Colligan. David Ifrost says, about Noah, the sound is good, the look is bad.
Me?
I think he means bad in a good way.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
I'm not going to curse right now, but yeah, David.
David Efros is my best friend from Maryland, so we've known each other over 40 years, and he's got his own views. He's got his own views on stuff. So, also a musician. We're going to continue now. This is a wonderful tune by Horace Silver. This is called Strollin'. Thanks for listening. Noah Simpson on the trumpet. Jack Radsliff on guitar. Andres Moreno on drums. Strolling. Now we're going to continue. We're going to slow it down a little bit. This is a newer ballad of mine entitled Thanksgiving. And we'd like to feature Noah and Jack on the front of this. Thanksgiving. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was called Thanksgiving. Oh, that really turned out different from what I expected. It's like if you just get good players, you don't have to, overthink it. You just you guys make it into something, So it's easier for me, So that's why we've been rehearsing every day for the past 6 weeks, and it really shows, right? Yeah. It was hard to do that,
6
but
a.m.
yeah, get up at 6. Well, first we do calisthenics.
Well, we do the eggs in the blender.
Then we run up the steps of the Philadelphia Art Museum. No, we actually have never rehearsed with this band, so I hope you're impressed with that. We're so professional, or we're so lackadaisical. Either or. But yeah, this is the first time this group is really playing together, so do you like it? Do you like this combination? Okay. Hopefully we'll get to do it again. I do have a number of other projects, and I have this project called Theoretical Planets, and I'm just going to mention, and this is also for the people on Facebook, that I'm doing a GoFundMe to help, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm kind of booking a tour. I mean, it's just weird to think after all these months of not, the farthest I've been out of Portland has been Tacoma, so it's just weird to think of actually doing a tour, but I'm trying to put this tour together, and so if you go on my Facebook page, you can see this GoFundMe that is helping to, because it's not free, to pay for, transportation and stuff like that, so just want to mention that. Any other comments, Rainey? Get to the contrafacts. Who? Oh, Kalichnik. Oh, yeah, another one of my students. We played a gig last night, as a matter of fact. Okay, we're going to continue now. I think maybe we will do a contrafact. This is, we'll do a little New York suite. So I'm not from New York. I was born in New Jersey, which is very, very close. Not close enough, but almost New York. There is a part of New Jersey called West New York. Sort of like, yeah, nice try. But I did live in New York for 15 years, and I have very fond memories. And so we'll start out. This is a piece. It is a contrafact, and some of you may be able to hear what the chords are for this song. Very well-known standard. But the title of this song is Brooklyn Attitude. So we hope you enjoy. That was Brooklyn Attitude. I think we have time for about one more song, and we've certainly enjoyed playing for all of you and everybody out in the what would you call this? The outdoor area? Patio, right, that's right.
Hey, George.
And for all the people on Facebook, is there some
Is it
some
cool
relevant comments?
if I just remind everyone that these musicians are playing their butts off up here for your tips and your tips alone. So if you're watching on the streams on Facebook and YouTube, go ahead and hit up those links that are on the screen. And if you're here in person, there are QR codes on all the tables that you can scan. And and you can donate to these musicians and help them out. If you can't make a donation, another great way to help these guys out is to share the stream with anyone you think should be watching this. And honestly, that's probably most of the people you know. So, what do you got next going?
Oh, well, our next tune is another contrafact, and again, it is what it says it is. It's called New York in the 90s, and I moved to, thank you. Did you live in New York in the 90s? Okay, what part? Okay, fantastic. I lived in Brooklyn for a number of years, like Brooklyn Attitude, and then I lived in Queens for a number of years, and I mean, New York changed a lot when I was there, and it's changed a lot now, and I want to go back, but I'm not sure what I would be going back to. So, yeah, but it's certainly stimulating. You meet a lot of interesting people in the weirdest of places, but in the 90s, it was like sort of coming out of a lot of turmoil, 70s and 80s. New York was not the fun Cold Stone Creamery,
Also from Arizona, bro.
Yeah, but I just remember when, going to the first times going to New York, like Times Square is like very seedy. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's a, Ripley's Believe It or Not. And there's a lot of high-end stores, and it's like Disneyland, totally different feeling. So probably some of that is still there. But anyway, and musically, it was really a different time as well. So this is also a contrafact. And once again, thanks so much. Thanks to Left Door Streaming. Thanks to Aaron at the 1905. And once again, Jack Radsliff on the guitar. Andres Moreno on the drums. Noah Simpson on the trumpet. I'm George Colligan at the organ. And we appreciate it. This is New York in the 90s. Thank you very much. Andres Moreno on drums. Jack Ratzliff on guitar. Noah Simpson on trumpet. I'm George Colligan. Thanks so much. Please give us some tips. Good night.